Central Virginia, the home of tonight's event here for the Ryco Performance Friday Night NIS Top Split. 200 laps for these 36 iRacing drivers here at Richmond Raceway. Good evening, everybody. My name is Nick Stein, joined alongside Sheldon Adkins with Austin Derbyshire in the production truck. And we're going to have a good one here tonight. Night racing here at Richmond Raceway as we get a good look at this Google Earth view of Richmond Raceway. And I might go ahead and be nice and go ahead and introduce my co-commentator Sheldon Adkins. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. Watching you settle on words, always fun.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that is fair.
I was told to roast you tonight, so that's what we're starting with.
Yeah, because we had some pre-show things go wrong, and then it all turned out right. So we're going to skip over that because it is going to be a long night if you're going to be roasting me all night. So, yeah. I guess we get started with it here tonight because it's going to be a long night. It is Richmond with the Cup cars. We know how Richmond is. It's going to be a long race.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, home sweet home for me though. So I got a couple keys I brought with me for this one. Starting off, one of the most important things you're going to want to keep an eye on is it's one of those situational awareness tracks. Yeah, there's going to be some guys out here that are pretty good at keeping it clean. Then you got a couple guys out here that are going to be a dart without feathers. Got to kind of make your moves, determine those on who's around you, because otherwise you can end up head on in the wall and out of this thing pretty soon if you don't. After that, you're going to want to prioritize your drive off. This track really funnels down, gets very narrow coming out of the corners, and it also gets slidey. It's really easy to overcook it a little too much, hit the wall, or spin it. So what you're going to focus on is getting that good drive off coming out of the corners. Otherwise, you're going to be going backwards pretty quick. And then on a dare, I was told we got to be aggressive. Be aggressive. It's
you
really
do it right. No.
I can't. I'm terrible, okay? You can't
Weak
hear my
sauce.
hands clapping. Noise cancellation
Weak
is good.
sauce.
I'm always messing up something around here, but it's really hard to pass this place. You're going to want to be aggressive, making moves. You're going to use a chrome horn. You might have to door people. If you do door somebody, use a chrome horn, make sure that you can get as far away from them as possible before you get in the next corner. Otherwise, you're going to be the next caution.
Yeah, that's always the fun part of Richmond Raceway, because I always end up as being the caution most of the time. But we're going to go ahead and get into our race picks, and this race pick was a dare. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to be going with the 33 car of Tanguy de Kock, I think is how you say that. I'm not exactly sure, but yes, that is his name. So, yes, that is my race pick here for tonight.
I don't know who dared you to do that. I'm about to go with Tommy Gossett tonight. Ran pretty good Monday night. Let's see if he can pick up a little momentum and get the job done this evening.
And Austin Derbyshire is our third pick. He's going to be taking the 31 car in Sim. Who is that? That is Keegan Sabilo. There we go. Yeah, he told me that, and then I proceeded to completely forget it within the next 30 seconds of him telling me that pick. So that's the type of race we're gonna have here tonight for Ryco Performance Friday Night NIS Top Split coverage here. Once again, 200 laps, but we got our next week's schedule up and going here for GridVision. Monday night, you get to head out to the Great Lakes region, Michigan International Speedway for Ryco Performance Monday Night NIS Top Split there, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Be there or be square. Tuesday night, Champion Power Equipment iRacing Truck Series at Watkins Glen. That's going to be a fun one. I may actually have to watch that one myself. 9 p.m. Eastern here on GridVision. Thursday night, High Slide Racing League Truck Series starts their playoff push at Pocono Raceway, 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be a fun one. And then Friday night, we're back at Michigan for the Ryco Performance Friday Night NIS Top Split. That's going to be another good race. I'm going to be racing that one myself. I highly doubt I'm going to make Top Split, though. But now that we're through our schedule and all of our fun stuff and we're starting to get gridded up, we'll go and get through our starting grid here tonight. Nicholas Vroman is your pole sitter here with a 22-126. Roger Pierce with a 22-208, rounding out that first row. Tommy Gossett with a 246 in third. Miller Bonds in fourth. Andrew Dyson, the Aussie man, in fifth position. John Payson to his outside in sixth. Matt Cox in the seventh spot with Justin Nanke in eighth. Jason D. Maines is in ninth, and Keegan Sabilo rounds out your top 10.
11th place, we got Joseph to the second power, followed by Togo Asada in 12th. 13th is going to be Jeff Shutt, followed by Michael Meredith in 14th. 15th is Josh Harbin with Steve Buchanan in 16th. 17th place is going to be Steve Richard with Sean Rogers in 18th. 19th is going to be Michael Gooden, and rounding out your top 20 is going to be Joshua Gathright.
Matthew Martell in 21st position here tonight. James D. Miller in 22nd. Nathaniel Harris, 23rd. Jose Acosta starts 24th on the night. Jacob Klein in 25th. Jason Willott in 26th. Jacob Schneider, not the Ryco performance Jacob Schneider, but Jacob Schneider in 27th. Tengai DeKock in 28th position. Maggie McGuire, 29th. And Alan Pajari rounds out your top 30.
And 31st, we got Luis Bezerra with Rob Peterson in 32nd. 33rd is going to be Michael Basson with Drew Blaze in 34th. 35th is going to be Ronnie Kuritz with 36th place being Steven Weisner. And 37th, rounding out your field, is going to be Anthony Neff.
37 strong cars here tonight. Pretty big field for Richmond. We know how Richmond gets with these big fields, and hopefully these guys are going to be able to keep it clean for the whole 200 laps here tonight. And like I said, it is... Darby proceeds to snore in my ear there. Oh, man. Take it.
You good, buddy? Come on, get it out. Oh, it appears that we have lost Nick Stein.
Nope, I'm here. I just muted my mic.
my biggest concern right now is, man, we've got there is a pretty decent gap in iRating between 1st and 31st in this split. Like,
did you just say between 31st and 31st in the split?
I said first, but I was... I blame your pick.
All right, we've already lost our minds here in the commentary booth. I'm still dying about Darby snorting in my ear.
Man, I should have picked the pace car tonight.
Yeah, that probably would have been a good pick, but... Oh, man, I got one more pace lap here to get all the giggles out of the way, because, you know, me and Sheldon have already lost our minds up here in the booth. That shows you how what kind of a race it's going to be here.
In school, kids, join up like us.
Hey, I am in school.
Been in there for a while. What are you, a doctor now?
No, I'm a junior in college, you moron. I had to think of a nice insult there.
How is moron a nice insult?
A family-friendly insult.
Nah, yeah. That's new.
All right, well, we're coming to a green flag here. Pace car's getting ready to make that hard left turn, and right there it does. It's going to be in the hands of Nicholas Vroman. Roger Pierce to his outside. The two Ryco Performance boys on that pole position. Green flag out in the air here at Richmond Raceway, and 37 cars let it roar here for 200 laps down into turn number 1. Still a pretty even start for both Vroman and Roger Pierce. Coming up off of turn number 2, Pierce may actually take the lead from the 95 of Vroman. Down into turn number 3, though, Vroman's going to dive bomb it down, and it looks like he's going to be solo leader. He will lead lap number 1 here at Richmond.
Pierce gets clear. I mean, Vroman gets clear of Pierce here at the start-finish line, leading him down here into turn 1.
Caution.
We got our first yellow.
Get comfortable.
And so it begins.
Get comfortable, boys. There's going to be at least 15 more of these tonight. That's my prediction. I'm predicting at least 16 cautions here tonight. You see the 09. It's like coming off of turn number 4. Someone gets a little bit too excited. And, oh, wow. There's a couple other guys involved in that as well.
Oh, there's the bumper.
Bumper doing its bouncy little thing.
Yeah, it's a little early to be getting 3 wide. I mean, I know the guy in front kind of slid up a little bit, but no, man, it's 1 lap in, you know. I said be aggressive, but there's a point where it's a little too much too soon.
Yeah, you gotta listen to Darby. You gotta be aggressive, you know.
Yeah, that was a little too much, too early. But hey, now we got modifieds, multi-class racing, live from Richmond.
Hey, I'm down. It does look like the new Elantra. But yeah, you remember when I said that this had the chance to be a clean race?
I don't remember. If you actually thought that, I would have come down there and smack you.
I said there was a chance. Never said there was a good chance, but I said there was a chance. Hey, look at that weather. 82 degrees. Track temp 88. It's cool. This is where you talk, Sheldon.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, it's just gonna keep getting cooler because this thing's supposed to race on, I believe, into the night, if I am correct.
Uh, it'll get
It's late
close.
evening. It's evening, so it's just gonna keep cooling down.
Yeah, because it's
The thing.
6:30 in sim right now. Let me get actual sunset time for you.
Look, just be grateful that the real life weather pattern isn't happening to the speedway right now, because we'd be getting the wet tires out at this point.
I unironically think that would be awesome, having the wet tires here on iRacing.
Oh, I hope they implement it at some point. I'd like to have rain on ovals just for that extra air of chaos.
All right, we are almost to the minute, exactly 2 hours away from sunset. So sunset is at 8:30, or well 8:28, but and it's currently 6:30. So
I
just
don't know
about
why they
2 hours.
I don't know why they keep forcing this race to be a day race.
It is so much better at night.
I mean, it's not like the track surface in the day is any better than it is at night.
Matter of fact, I feel like during the day it's worse than it is at night.
I can agree with that.
So, but we are one lap to green here from Richmond Raceway. First restart on the night. Almost no change in your front row. Actually, there is no change in your front row. Still Roger Pierce and Nicholas Vroman up front. I think we had a little bit of a shuffle further back. Miller Bonds moves up into that third spot. John Payson up from up to fourth from sixth spot. Tommy Gossett fell back to fifth as we're getting ready for this restart here. Restart number one here at Richmond Raceway. Green flag back out of the air, and Vroman leaving nothing on the table here. He gets himself an amazing jump down into turn number one. Absolutely no challenge from the 95 and Nicholas Vroman.
Riding on board with Schneider right now. He's a little bit further back in this pack. Still single file up there in the top three. Fourth place right now. Tommy Gossett diving to the inside, trying to make a move on Payson up there in fifth. And this is what the problem's going to be all night. Is we saw it Monday night. It is so hard to get the job done on the bottom, and it's so hard to get it done on the top. You pretty much come into the lines are so equal that nobody can really get a pull on each other cleanly.
Yeah, that was the one thing I was getting ready to say. Is it is stupidly hard to pass here at Richmond. I mean, you put it there best. I mean, it is physically. I feel like it's almost physically impossible to, make it easy pass here.
Yeah, and you don't go long enough green typically to actually be able to wear out that guy on your outside either.
Or same thing, you don't go long enough to be able to wear out the guy on the inside either, as we see a dive bomb from Narnia from the 77 machine there. That may have been Keegan Sabilo.
Nice looking Mac Tools Ford Mustang he's got.
You're going to have to give me a second. It was Pocono the last time I called, so I'm still trying to get caught up with paint schemes. It looks like the Ryco boys haven't changed much, but I do not recognize any of the paint schemes in this field right now.
They've decided to make it more confusing up here in the tower for us. But it's good looking paint. Give them credit. Credit's due.
And you could just see how difficult it is. I mean, John Payson has been stuck on that outside line since the restart. And he's really only fallen back one spot. He's to the outside of Justin Nenke in the 20 there. And now you see that outside line starting to get worn in just a little bit as he does get to the outside of the 80 of Tommy Gossett. That's one thing I'm a little bit curious to see if we're actually going to see that outside line come in with the oval refresh, if that's the thing that we could see. Oh, car wrecking in the back, further back. Caution on the racetrack. Is that the 6 machine? Rob Peterson in the number 17 in sim. Oh man, just an accordion effect there.
Yeah, had one in the fence there, a couple cars in front of him. He tries to come down since he doesn't get stuck up behind it, and he just gets hooked in the process. Riding on board here, coming out of turn 2. Guy in front just gets way loose.
And Peterson had nowhere to go there.
He did a really good job locking that thing down and keeping it off the fence, though. Hats off to him for that.
Yeah, for sure.
He could have made his night a whole lot worse there.
Oh, for sure. And that is one of the bad things. Well, I say bad things, but one of the unfortunate outcomes here at Richmond for a good majority of the cautions. I mean, you see the single car spins down into turn 1 and turn 3, but I mean, that's probably the third most common wreck right there. Somebody getting loose in front of you and just people not being able to check up in time.
Yeah, it's just a problem, you know, attributed to how fast you end up closing on things here, and how difficult it is too, just to move the car out of the way on the straightaway. You wouldn't think that to be a problem most places we go. Here, since you are so light coming up off the corner, because these things are set to be so loose to actually make the corner, you gotta, you know, pull out of the way to avoid something, and you're liable to spin yourself doing it.
Yeah, and it's pretty common knowledge that there's almost no rear spring being used in these things. That's how loose they have to make it. And obviously there's no rear ARB as well, because just any ARB at all will just make this car too tight to be able to run here. So these cars are, I'm pretty sure a tap with your finger to the rear bumper at speed would send a car around.
Yeah, it's just, I swear, when people started complaining about, you know, ice racing physics all those years back, I'm pretty sure they ran a race at Richmond, and that's where they they got that assessment from.
Yeah,
I loved it.
That tracks. That tracks.
I loved it when we had the big motors here. It was so much fun, but it was still fun in other cars. But Cup car, not quite my favorite, but it puts on a decent enough show.
If I had to pick a favorite car here, don't crucify me for this, but the Indy car.
Indy cars are really fun here. Yeah, I guess the car
That's
that
a
you're
good
gonna
point,
drive
Darby.
leaving does count, Darby.
Yeah, that is a fair point. And yeah, that's my favorite car as well.
What kind of car are you driving, though, Darby? Oh, he's going to be driving a Jeep Cherokee to leave out of here.
Oh, midlife crisis looking.
That is the first man I've ever heard of been excited to drive a Jeep Cherokee.
Oof.
Right.
Minds have already been lost here. Lap 16 at Richmond Raceway. Roman still your leader. Roger Pierce Miller Bonds your top 3. As we should be coming back to a restart here. Aha, I was right. 1 to go here. Pace car once again leading some laps in this race. Second time we've been under caution here. And I feel like it's going to be pretty close between the pace car and Nicholas Roman early on in this race on who's going to lead the more laps.
I can't believe none of us picked Roman for this one.
He probably heard that and he is now just plotting our downfall.
I think he's probably jumping for joy. We keep getting him with that curse.
Yeah, well, we're coming back to a restart here. Great flag back in the air here at Richmond Raceway. Another big jump there for the 95 and Nicholas Roman. I feel like I'm going to get used to saying that here tonight. Just big jump and Nicholas Roman in the same sentence.
That's a fair assessment to make. Single file there for the top 3.
Oh, no, they're not.
The 26 head on into the wall.
Oh, and we got another one around the 16 as well. Oh, big wreck here at Richmond Raceway. A lot of guys involved in this one.
They're still wrecking out there.
Michael Meredith in the 16 was involved in that. I believe the 26 of Steve Buchanan was the first one that went around. Oh, 3 wide in a turn 1. Who let that happen? Oh, 26 of Steve Buchanan gets loose and all hell breaks loose from there.
I think the 26 is trying to keep it off the one there on the bottom, knows how close the one was getting, and he tried to flick it to the right just a little bit to avoid coming down on him. And when he did that, you know, these things, they turn left pretty good. They turn right, not so great.
I agree with Justin Nenke in the driver's chat. Only 180 laps to go, boys.
Here's what... And everybody just drove through each other trying to get past the wreck.
Yeah, and it looks like, for the most part, I mean, Steve Buchanan definitely looks like he's got some pretty decent damage on that 26, but for the most part, it looks like everyone got through that one pretty clean. As we see another car get his lap back, that is Luis Becerra in the 14, getting back onto the lead lap here at Richmond. Only the one retirement for the night, and that would be Matthew Martell in the 27. James Miller, I believe, is still on track in the 09. As Mikael Battison is also modified mode at the moment in the 19, is one lap down too.
We'll say one thing, you're going to see more laps given back to people here tonight than you see Oprah give away cars.
You get a Jeep, and you get a Jeep, and you get a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
You get a lap back, and you get a lap back.
Oh, but I wanted a lap back.
Nope, Jeep Cherokee for you.
Great.
Nope, standard. No track.
It should be
out of the budget.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Darby there. At least it's not a Cherokee. That is absolutely right. The Cherokee is a fake Jeep. Oh, we summoned Joe LaCastro in our GridVision commentator group. Uh-oh, boys. Because we should be coming... Or, well, we're working our way through turn 4, coming back to 1 to green. Looking back through the field at all these good-looking paint schemes here at Richmond Raceway. I feel like the short tracks always bring out the interesting paint schemes. There's a Final Fantasy paint scheme there. I think that one's got to be one of the more interesting ones I've seen. Very chrome, as Darby puts it, and I got to agree with him. I feel like I'm looking at one of those, one of those mirror rooms at the amusement park with all the Ryco cars. Like, without the little color accents, I guarantee you wouldn't be able to tell who was who, but getting ready to come back to another restart here. Green flag back out in the air, and surprise, surprise. Nicholas Vroman, big jump on the restart. Who would have guessed? But going down into turn number 1, looking like everyone's going to make it through somewhat cleanly. Roger Pierce does slip down in between the 95 of Vroman, and I believe that was the 12 of Miller Bonds there, but John Payson in the 29 up top, he's coming with some vengeance here around the outside as he's working around the 80 of Tommy Gossett now.
And eventually, too, if this thing can go green long enough, I see that top line really making some headway the later we get into these runs, but that's the problem. We haven't gotten to the runs.
Oh, car on the wall! Saw a car on the wall, and I looked over and saw a lot of cars spinning on the back straightaway there. Looks to be one of the other 16 cars in this lobby. Ooh, that was a Jose Acosta.
Never lifted. I mean, there's a point where you gotta take care of the guys around you.
There he is, and see it down in the corner. He gets onto the throttle really well, and
he
did not lift. Nope.
He
Interestingly enough, Nicholas Roman coming down pit road 26 laps into this thing.
That's a weird strategy. Maybe he's bored up front.
That is a bold strategy.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. See how it works for him.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much else you could say about it, but bold. I'll give him that, but another look at the replay here off of the cockpit cam of Jose Acosta. I believe it was Jose Acosta. Yes, it was.
Yeah, he never rolled out of it. Like, he got into him, and you could tell he was going to get into him, just kept driving. don't know if there was a prior incident between
Richmond,
those two previous week or something, but
Richmond is as Richmond does, is how I like to put it.
it's wild too because you can't even see them get this close to move each other here in real life.
Side note, Andrew Dyson up in that 6th spot. I remember calling his races back in the 100% Cup Series, and that guy was around top 15 there, and now he's up here in this top split, running up in the 6th spot. We called this man back in the 100% Cup Series, we called him the road course ringer. This man was dominating at the road courses, and looks like he's finally getting that pace up on the ovals here. But
Well, that's one of the things about this place too. When you go to here, you go Phoenix, Martinsville. Like these are places where road course guys that are really good, on the road courses can really translate what they know about corner entry, backing it up, trail braking, and all that. It translates seamlessly here, and a lot of these guys will, a lot of those guys will be really fast on the short tracks. Like I remember Pfeffer came from road racing, and the dude was just an absolute animal every time we'd come to these short tracks.
yeah, we had another nickname for him that we came up with at Sonoma Raceway, I believe last year. We called him the Aussie Assassin because he literally lapped the entire field in the first, I think, 60 laps of that race.
Goodness, at Sonoma.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
they didn't have any.
insanity.
They didn't have any cautions for the stages because that was around the time that NASCAR was experimenting with the no stage cautions.
Yeah.
So he, in every stretch of the imagination, dominated that race. There was just no competition whatsoever. I think by the end of that race, I think he was about a lap and 3/4 ahead of second place. So he was very close to lapping the field twice.
Well, if we keep all 4 corners on the car and get a good finish here tonight, that's going to be a good play in points from 2. 18th car in top split. It's a good place to be.
And we got a lot of high number cars up in the top 10. I mean, see the 36 car. I believe that's Jeff Shutt. Got the 31 of Keegan Sabilo, the 20 of Justin Nanke, Andrew Dyson in the 18. I mean, wow. But look at this new name up front here for a restart, Roger Pierce. Green flag back out in the air, and I don't even think I need to say it at this point.
And a great start on the inside line. That's going to pull Tommy Gossett into second and pull Nanke down there to the bottom, third in the row. Well, they got close there coming out, too.
Oh, man. Miller Bond's getting real close, up close and comfortable with, I believe, Justin Nanke. Yeah, it was Justin Nanke in the 42. Oh, Miller Bond's dead sideways there off the corner. Somehow keeps that thing straight. And when I say somehow... Oh, it's going to happen again here.
Oh.
Ooh. As you see Nicholas Vroman back here too, he was your leader. But ring the bells, people. We made it past 2 laps here. 33 laps into this race. And it looks like people are hopefully going to calm down and try to single file out just a little bit here.
I pray. We got a long way to go in this thing. Also moved Keegan Sabilo up to 4th place here after an incredible restart from him.
Wasn't he sideways earlier on in this race?
I think they all were at some point already. Oh, we got a wreck.
Oh, caution on the racetrack off of turn number 4. Oh, man. 30 machine. 30 machine of Steve Richard. Around off of turn number 4. Looks like from the sounds of it, he may have had a little bit of help.
It's a Final Fantasy car.
Oh, yeah.
Final Fantasy
look here.
Like
oh, Vroman. Nicholas Vroman. Oh, and Jose Acosta. Oof.
That's a little karma right there, I think.
Nicholas Vroman gave him the bump that sent him up into the outside wall, and Jose Acosta finished him off. You can't really put that on Jose Acosta, though, but...
No.
Better way to put it would be he gave the finishing blow to the 30 car of Steve Richard.
He got back what he sent a couple cautions ago. Looks of it there. And that's character for Roman to get into somebody like that. You don't see that often. Oh man, that 10 is smoked.
Oh, yeah,
That
that
wheel
10
ain't
car is
turning, you're
done. That is a wrecked race car there. You had the 12 of Miller Bonds come down pit road, and a couple other guys further back on in the field coming down pit road as well. Got James Miller getting himself back on the lead lap in the 32 machine. Still only one retirement on the night, that being Matthew Martell. So 36 cars still running here at Richmond. And as Roger Pierce. Yeah, we might.
I don't think Jose's going to be able to get that thing fixed. That's a lot of time on pit road.
Yeah, he's already a lap down. He's still got the meatball flag, so that car may be destroyed.
I think somebody got penalized because they pit and he was meatballed and he was behind them.
I'm not seeing any black flags.
All right.
For anyone, so. And we have our first official over-under for cautions in the driver's chat. First over-under sitting at 21 cautions. The rate we're going, I'm going to go ahead and smash the over. We're at what? 4 cautions right now through 38 laps?
I was hoping to race tonight, but I don't think it's going to happen.
And now people are saying this is character development for Jose Acosta.
Well, at least it's
I want to laugh at that, but I can't. Even though I just did. I'm going to go ahead and amend that over-under because I feel like 21 is a little bit too high of a bar for an over-under like that. I'm going to go with an over-under of 17 for the night.
I think we need to be covered what's happened in driver's chat now. It's devolved into chaos for them too.
Uh-oh, what's happening?
They were talking about sensitivity training.
Oh, man. Oh, no. Who said what?
One of them, I'm not saying any names, said that he was forced into a few months of that.
Oh.
So, oh boy.
Oh, man. What is going on in the driver's chat here? As you see, our Austin Derbyshire still taking the under on 17 cautions. I'm going to go ahead and take the over on 17, but I agree with the under on 21. What are you thinking there, Sheldon? Besides potato chips or something like that. I don't know what you think about.
I was actually thinking about lead paint.
Oh, well, hold that for just a second. We're coming back to another restart, and I have a feeling I'm not even going to have to commentate this one. It's going to be the same thing. Green flag back out in the air. Actually, a pretty even start compared to what we've been seeing the last couple of restarts, and Roger Pierce having to cover the inside there from the 80 of Tommy Gossett. But Gossett gets to the inside of Joseph Squared in the 20. Squared, though, gets the huge run on the outside, and he is solo second place now. Going to be looking to attack the 27 of Roger Pierce for the lead.
Joseph Squared all over the rear bumper. Roger Pierce down the front straightaways. They dive it down into turn 1.
Oh, back here, Tommy Gossett and Keegan Sabilo.
Man, Keegan's on a rail tonight.
He is not messing around here. Yeah, I got to agree with Darby there. People don't really know Keegan Sabilo, but if you watch our Champion Power Equipment Truck Series, you know this man is a wheelman. And in the one race I've called for Champion, he is definitely a very fast driver.
Keegan is really good. Gathright, another one out here too. If memory serves, he's in the High Slide series that we have on Thursday nights.
Gathright, I believe he is part-time in High Slide. Oh, contact between Andrew Dyson and Justin Nanke. That is for 5th spot. But Dyson does move up into that 5th spot in the 18 machine, so move him up one more position, and now he's got to get through the Ryco gauntlet to get any further higher. Other Jacob Schneider here, not the Ryco Performance Jacob Schneider, but a Jacob Schneider at least for position. On a 32, that got a little bit tight down on turn 1.
And the
It's
Toys
for-
R Us machine, it looks like.
It is in the Toys R Us, and I believe that's battling with Matt Cox for the 8th spot. Justin Nenke once again getting past the 18 of Andrew Dyson for the 5th spot. Sean Rogers getting in on this action as well.
There's a hornet's nest back here behind these guys. A little bit of 2, 3 wide, further in the back.
Hornet's Nest is about the only way you can describe Richmond, just in general.
Yeah, it's just because it just comes down to it's just so hard to make any moves because it is both. It's the first time I've ever seen a track where both lines were dead even.
Dead evil?
Dead evil. I mean, this whole place is evil.
Says the one who thought he liked Richmond.
I'd love Richmond, but man, at this point, give us progressive banking or something.
Just anything to make racing better
I've
here.
gone through character development this week here.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, caution on the racetrack.
Oh, right in front.
Oh, Keegan Sabilo. Uh-oh. Oh, modified mode. That can't be good.
That wasn't.
Why do I
commentator
feel like a
first,
bumper
was
was involved? I get it. Oh, maybe not.
it?
Oh, he just gets loose
It's
and
hard.
boom. Oh,
Overcorrect.
Gossett was involved too.
Oh man, that took 2 picks out in 1.
Mine's still in it.
What's his name again?
Hold on. 10 guy DeCock. He's down at 29th spot right now. I could just hear Sheldon just chuckling away over there because he's an immature little 3-year-old.
What'd you pick his name again?
No.
On board with Sabilo here. You see, he just gets loose on the back straightaway, tries to correct it, and it just comes right back around. That's the thing about these Cup cars, man. They are so dicey. When you try to counter steer out of an incident, they just want to grab right back up and throw you back into the wall.
The good old iRacing death wobble, or next gen death wobble, I guess is a better way to put it. You get any sort of loose with a car this loose, good luck.
I struggled enough in the old car not, spinning out and killing myself. I'd be terrible in these.
Fun fact, the next gen car is the car that made me hate Richmond. And I will continue to hate this place with a burning passion. I think I may have killed my co-commentator and producer with my fiery hatred for this place.
No, we're still here. The producer's trying to say something, but I
You're trying to think of something to say? You're using the half brain cell we got in here?
No. I think Edstrom stole that this week.
That's right. He's not here, and he stole the half brain cell.
Yeah, terrible. Booted him.
Why would he do such a thing?
Something about having to go get an operation done or something.
That's fair. Hoping you're getting better, Austin. I know you had some medical stuff going on this week, and get back here Monday, please. For my sanity, I can only handle one show with Sheldon a week.
Yeah. If you're not here Monday, that means he's basically just going to have 3.
Ah.
No, real talk, Edstrom. Hope everything goes well, man. Thinking about you, buddy. I know he's not listening. He never listens to us.
That's the most sentimental I think I've ever heard you get about anything.
I get sentimental about a lot. You just haven't been around me enough. That's Darby. I cry my eyes out about a lot of things.
I'm just gonna let you sit with that.
Yeah. Crying right now because I keep wrecking.
Jacob Schneider in the YouTube chat. Roger Pierce leading. Has hell frozen over? Roger Pierce replies with yes. My reaction to that is, if we could get more than 25 laps at a green flag run, hell will officially have frozen over.
Yeah, that's it. And honestly, Pierce leading, not too surprising, man. He's got a lot of speed. You can run.
Oh yeah, and that wasn't
a full
wasn't a
clean
dig
race
at.
and everything work out for him. Like, I could see Pierce getting up there and battling with Roman and getting the win.
I mean, Vroman is already back up, so I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 8th spot. So.
Oh, here we go. Rack them up. Let's try again.
Re-rack them, restack them. Let's see how long until we get another caution here at Richmond. Green flag back out in the air here at the racetrack. And Roger Pierce, big time jump. I feel like I'm going to say that a lot. As we've officially pulled out the caution counter. Oh my goodness, I knew it's a short track if we pull out the caution counter.
Right now we got Nanke up to 3rd place here, and they are all over the place further in the back of the pack.
Hornets Nest has kicked off early here at Richmond.
3 wide back there.
3 wide further back, and yeah, they are. Will they survive? Find out next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, he gives it
maybe not.
1 2.
Oh, Matt Cox gets. Oh, and they're spinning. Matt Cox around. Oh, more wrecking. Oh, yep, that's going to be a yellow.
There it is.
There it is. Hey, we said that synchronized. And this was just a chain reaction. That was not Matt Cox that went around. I thought it was.
Yeah, the 95 comes down in 29. If I think that's Payson, and yeah, there's about 3 or 4 different wrecks happening all at the same time here.
Welcome to Richmond. May I take your order, please? Sir, this is a Wendy's.
We got Jacob Schneider in the chat, but not on the track. No, Tommy.
Tommy.
Come on, man.
Real talk, though. Jacob Schneider, where are you at, dude? I was fully expecting you to be in here because you were going to be my race pick here tonight. But you're not here, and you're making me look dumb.
I think he remembers Monday and said anywhere but here.
That's fair. What happened Monday? I don't know what happened Monday.
This is what happened Monday.
That's fair. I'll give you that, Jacob. I was asked if I wanted to race this tonight, and then I remembered I had to broadcast. But before I remembered I had to broadcast, it was a resounding heck no. With a few more explicatives in there.
Oh, here's Jacob Schneider, but not Jacob Schneider with the. I can't even tell what the paint actually says on it.
Toys R Us. Are you dumb? Actually, no, that doesn't
actually
say.
Look, that does not say Toys R Us.
Thriving. It says thriving in the Toys R Us font.
Why does the front say 2 centimeter?
2 centimeter. Never mind. Never mind. I'll stop myself before I get in trouble.
10 guy.
Oh man, we've officially lost whatever brain matter we had left.
It was never here, buddy.
That's why I said whatever brain matter we had left. All right, I'm pulling a U and I'm snacking during the broadcast. I'm grabbing a lifesaver.
What? I ain't been snacking.
The amount of times I've heard you munching on something mid-broadcast.
No, never.
Jacob Schneider in the YouTube chat. Sorry about that. Jacob Schneider in the YouTube chat. I'm on vacation, just here to watch Gossett do Gossett things. 2 yellows in a row, and I'm heading out. I've seen enough. That's fair.
Yep.
That's fair. That is very fair.
You gotta love those team versus team digs there when they're in the same team.
Keegan Sabilo has officially pulled it behind the wall. He is out of this race. It looks like Jose Acosta is out as well. Actually, no, Jose Acosta's back on track somehow. But Keegan Sabilo is... How much that thing's... Well, he had 16 laps worth of damage, if that tells you anything.
I would love to see how much that thing's crab walking down the straightaway right now. Because I know it's got to be fun.
Guess what? We can go watch him on the restart. Oh, well, after the restart, but...
We're on the caution highlight.
Matter of fact, I can tell you right now. He doesn't even look like he's grabbing that hard.
That is wild.
But granted, that is at like 40 miles an hour compared to full speed, 120 miles an hour. So,
Yeah, solid point.
always have them. I'm the one who
sure
makes you
about
look
that?
smart. I'm
Sure
the one
about
who
that,
makes
Fly?
you look smart. Anyway, we're coming back to a restart, and green flag back out in the air here at Richmond. Roger Pierce and Joseph Squared getting clear of just about everybody, and their brother going down into turn number 1. Sean Rogers on the outside with Justin Nenke. A couple of the lower end here on the top split fighting up in the top 5. Sean Rogers to the outside of Nenke. Looks like he's going to have that third position all for himself.
Say one thing, we've been sitting here talking about how hard it is to pass and make moves here at Richmond Speedway. Raceway. Look in the 6th position. Roman came in, took tires, went to the back of the field early. Carved his way up through this 32, 33 car field at this point. Right up here outside the top 5. I'm excited to see him work his way through. We should have put a camera on him the entire way.
Yeah, we should have. I don't think we could do split cameras, though. It'd be cool if we could, though.
Hashtag soon.
Hashtag soon, trademark. Looks like for the most part, everyone deciding that too wide is the way to go. Here at Richmond, Sean Rogers still working around the outside of Justin Nenke. This is for the 3rd spot. And on the turn number 1, looks like Rogers has him clear. Yes, he does.
Right
Sean Rogers. Oop, good.
Oh, in the fence out of turn 2. Handful of cars.
I think it'd be more helpful to make a list of who hasn't hit the wall tonight.
Roman, Pierce, Joseph Squared. I think that might be it.
My point still stands.
No, you're not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong. Oh, someone using the chrome horn there. Ooh, that's a car getting really loose there off of turn number 4. A little bit of lawn mowing here.
Well, they do a great job keeping the grass trimmed up. I don't see a point going down there, but hey, I mean, if it works for you, we'll take it.
Anthony Neff in the 35 losing a lot of time. I think it went from 12th to about 25th, if I'm not mistaken. James Miller's up into 12th/13th. He's actually side by side with somebody right now, Drew Blaze, I believe. He was a lap down, but he's actually side by side with Steve Buchanan right now. And he does complete that pass, moves him up into the 12th spot.
Yeah, and right now it looks like we're at that stage where everybody's kind of tired of seeing that pace car out in front of the field. It looks like everybody's calming down, logging some laps, get somewhere on these tires, and actually trying to race their way through it here at the end.
I mean, even with the amount of cautions we've had to this point, we're still 67 laps into this thing, and they've only been going for, I think, just over 45 minutes now, or just under 45 minutes now, so it's not like they're making bad time right now. Actually making some pretty decent time.
No, not too bad at all. Rod Pearson tried to make a move there on the inside of Buchanan. And the hole closed up going in the corner. He about parked the thing, trying to avoid keeping it off of him.
Oh, who's that? Joshua Gathright. Dead sideways off the corner there. Somebody locking it up behind him, the 95. The other 95.
It looks terrible back there in that second half of the pack. Oh, a little bit of contact between the Josh Harbin and Nathaniel Harris.
That's John Payson and Steve Richard that made contact. And Josh Harbin was the one that locked up getting into 3 last time by. I'm impressed that he was able to lock up at Richmond. I feel like it's almost impossible unless you're trying to avoid a wreck.
Well, it depends on which way you got that brake bias set. You set it to the back, you're going around as soon as you lock them.
Set it to the front, you're going straight.
I remember back in the day, the most common wreck that you would have in the first 50 laps is people that had the brake bias skewed way too far in the back. go right up into turn 1, trying to take that wide arc in. Next thing you know, you're
And
backed up into the fence.
whee! Going for a good old slide. And here's the fun part of Richmond. Single file, I kid you not, throughout the field, except for this one battle. Jose Acosta working his way past someone. He is 16 laps down, though, so that was not for position. But I kid you not, now it is officially single file throughout the entire field.
Not too many complaints about it. Single file means less cautions.
You said the
A
C
little bit of a
word.
battle forming here.
This is Justin Nanke and Matt Cox, Jeff Shutt as well, all battling here. And somebody got up into the wall, and that stacked
Like Jeff
everything up.
Looked like Shutt got the fence coming into 1 and 2 there. He cycled in behind Matt Cox now.
Got Miller Bonds on the back end of this battle as well. He got big time sideways earlier on in this race. Came down pit road at about lap 30. He's working his way back up into the top 10 now for the first time since he came down pit road.
Yeah. And Togo Hazada running a pretty good race right now. Up here, just in the top 10. Racing side by side with Miller Bonds right now for 9th. Pretty good
Togo
run for him so
Hazada.
far.
I was going to say, Togo Hisada is not a name you really hear on Top Split broadcast, but he consistently has himself some pretty decent top 20 finishes. I mean, I've seen him fighting for the edge of the top 15 in Top Split, which, I mean, there's not many people on iRacing that could say they could do that pretty consistently.
I mean, he's a solid dark horse. If things go the right way for him, you know, I could see him very easily, you know, working his way up into it because he's pretty fast. He's consistent. He doesn't cause too much issue. Pretty good. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I feel like he could definitely break one out if he gets onto a super speedway and gets the luck to go his way, because the last couple of super speedway races I've called for the Ryco Performance coverage, he's gotten some bad luck in those super speedway races, but I feel like he's definitely, if he can get the luck to go his way one time, he could definitely pull out a win, a surprise win.
Right now you're seeing James Miller got a good run on the outside of Togo there. Got by him. Now you see Miller Bonds shadowing that. So he goes up to the outside, coming through 1 and 2. Looks like he's going to be able to get it done in 3 and 4 here because that momentum is really starting to sway on that top line.
That's one thing I said earlier. I was curious to see how the top line was going to handle here at Richmond with the oval refresh, because I don't think we've been to Richmond since the oval refresh came out, if I'm not mistaken, because this is the only day a year I believe it gets, right? No, wait, I'm dumb. They had one earlier this year.
It's spring.
Yeah, that was the introduction of the rain tires. I forgot about that. Well, while we got a little bit of a quiet moment here at Richmond Raceway, we're going to go ahead and send it to a quick commercial break. Stay right here. We'll bring you through a good chunk of the rest of this race. Stay right here on GridVision.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back live here at Richmond Raceway, and a couple of things to talk about. We almost just had somebody spin off of turn number 4. Miller Bonds just about looped it coming back from commercial. Myself, Nick Stein, Sheldon Atkins, alongside me, Austin Derbyshire in the booth here at Richmond. And Roger Pierce, we were talking about him being a dark horse earlier on in this one. I mean, he's showing us that he is not just a dark horse. He's a legitimate contender for this race. He's pulling away from Joseph Squared, and he's been doing it pretty consistently by about a half a tenth every once in a while, but he's pulled that gap up to 7/10 of a second, and it does not look like he's letting that up anytime soon.
Yeah, but also you got to look back there in third place right now. Roman has worked his way through the bulk of this traffic, got himself back up here into the podium spot. Now he's starting to slowly get himself closer to Joseph Squared here. On fresher tires, man, I don't know how well Roger Pierce is going to be able to hold him off.
Yeah, but you also got to remember, oh, Miller Bond spun on the bottom of turn number 2. Caution on the racetrack. Miller Bonds' rough night continues. Caution count up to caution number 7 here at a Richmond.
Comes down in there, gets into the gets into the left rear quarter pound of the one machine that was up there on his top. And
oh, and he gets nailed by Josh Harbin.
What happened there is just the weight, all that load on the right front gets shot back to that left side. Once you get into somebody like that, completely de-wedges the car. It sends you right around. There's nothing you can do to avoid spinning it.
And pit road is a madhouse. Everybody coming down pit road.
We're watching the 16 machine. You drag in front of him, gets down to the apron, try to avoid it, and it comes around.
It doesn't look like he's got too much damage. Michael Meredith in the 16. Looks like he gets away pretty scot-free, but somebody who did not get away scot-free is that 95 of Josh Harbin. Absolutely destroyed his race car here. Roger Pierce beats... Actually, no. Joseph Squared beat Roger Pierce off pit road. Just as we were saying something.
Right now. 25 of Kurtz is still on the track. Don't know if he's going to come in here on the second lap or not.
Does not look like it. Oh, yeah, he did. He came. He does.
Man of valor.
Mikael Baddison's... Well, we got a couple of lap cars that decided to stay out to get the wave around. Mikael Baddison, Jose Acosta, and Nathaniel Harris all looking to get laps back. And my good old saying, this changes everything. Because we were sitting here starting to think about some green flag pit stops for a lot of these guys. Not no more.
I will say, interesting tale though on this latter half of the top 10 right now. Look at that. You got Dyson, your pick earlier in 7th place, running good. Just really honing in on this road course he was here at Richmond and just having great payoff with it. Right behind him, you got Jeff Schutt in the 36, with Miller behind him in the 32. It's pretty cool when you see guys that are that high in this split. That low car number, however you want to word it, up here in the top 10 contending.
Now I gotta bring your attention to Sean Rogers in the 15 up in 4th. I mean, I remember racing him back when he was a 3K iRating, and that boy's quick. Granted, he left me for dead down in the second/third split.
Rogers has been pretty good the past handful of weeks too, so that's not too surprising for me. He's been doing pretty good out here.
Yeah, he has, and I'm starting to think I should start working on my oval iRating a little bit more. I need to get off the road side a little bit. I've been doing too much road racing.
I've recently gotten into the Formula 4s, and I've actually been enjoying them.
Oh, Formula 4 is a blast, dude.
Yeah. They're at every track on iRacing this week, it seems like. There's like 6 different series. I've been doing the walk-in blend with the boot. It's been really good to me.
Yeah, the Formula 4 fixed series is at Spa, but like you said, you got the 6 different series. That's actually the FIA F4 regional series all going on. And I remember back when it was at VIR, I built a setup in 15 minutes and won with said setup. I was proud of that, but we're coming back to a restart here. Joseph squared. You were pole sitter Roger Pierce to his outside. Green flag back out in the air here at Richmond Raceway. And Roger Pierce keeps that second spot, but to the outside of the 95 of Nicholas Vroman is the 33 of Sean Rogers. Does he have the pace on that outside line for the moment? Possibly, but Vroman looks to have a really good car off the corners, but Pierce is going for the lead up front.
Pierce going to dive it down to the bottom. Not going to be able to get it done, though. Can't get the momentum to come in. They're just so equal, these two.
Oh, he's showing the nose again.
And right now he's trying to
Justin.
talk Joseph Squared into making a mistake, slide up the track a little bit so he can get down there on the bottom and get the move done. Trying to psych him out. Probably not going to happen. Joseph Squared, you don't really care about too much.
And that's one thing about Richmond that you'll see a lot. I mean, we were talking about this last night for the High Slide Racing League Truck Series at Dover, is the amount of different ways you can run this track and still be fast. I mean, you see it right here. Roger Pierce making a shallow line, has the pace to get up to the 20 of Joseph Squared. Squared gets loose, though. Put Roger Pierce back up into the lead.
I'll say one thing, Roger Pierce is working harder than I've seen him work all season so far.
Get this man a medal.
Get a little replay of what happened here.
Looks like
Pierce.
Joseph Squared just got a little bit loose. No contact between the two. Oh, he just checked up to not hit the wall.
Yeah,
looks
got a little
like
tight there. Looked like it. Maybe we can see the onboard.
Yeah, he fell back behind Nicholas Vroman. Now he's going to look to the inside of the 95 of Vroman for the second spot.
He's going to try and do the same thing here that Pierce did to him a few laps ago, but to no avail. Vroman gets a really good run out of turns 3 and 4. Going to rocket down the front straightaway. He's moving on forward, trying to get to Pierce. Sun
really starting to set here at Richmond Raceway. That sun beating into the eyes of the drivers off of turn number 3. It's coming down the back straightaway, but still, if you're running HDR, I pray for you.
It's terrible. I have to wear my sunglasses while I'm driving. I look like a tool.
Yeah, we'll get a pretty good look at it here. And here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do-do.
Only for about a second. It's not as bad as Homestead.
Oh, yeah, Homestead.
For an entire straightaway and a half.
Homestead and Daytona are the two worst. Because you go down into turn number 3 at Daytona, and it's like you just get flashbanged.
It is so bad. Half the time at Daytona, if you go into turn 3, you basically get flashbanged. We see Tommy Gossett working his way back up into this on the inside of the 22 machine.
Toga Hasada. Matt Cox and Andrew Dyson side by side in front of these guys.
Oh, Hasada gets into the wall coming out of turn 4. That's going to give Gossett the spot coming into 1 and 2.
Tommy Gossett, after having himself a pretty rough race, working his way back up. See up here, Andrew Dyson, Matt Cox, still side by side. Just over halfway here at Richmond. Roger Pierce, your leader, over Vroman by about 0.2 of a second. Joseph in that third spot. Sean Rogers, Justin Nanke round out your top 5. Matt Cox, Andrew Dyson, 6th and 7th. That 8th spot belongs to James Miller, Jeff Shutt in 9th, and Drew Blaze rounds out your top 10, just over halfway here at Richmond Raceway. You got 92 to go here.
Everybody's being a lot more courteous now than they were earlier, but we got a bow for the lead right now. Vroman is all over the rear bumper of Roger Pierce. Coming into 3, he's charging it in deep, trying to make a diamond. Pierce
How aggressive
backing it up on the exit.
How aggressive is Pierce defending this position? It looks like he is pretty aggressive as he tries to block the 95 of Vroman. Vroman says, no, sir, I'm taking the inside here. But we've seen how dangerous Roger Pierce can be on this outside line. It's just a matter of how hard is he willing to defend this lead from his teammate in the 95 of Nicholas Vroman. Outlook says he's wanted to be as aggressive as he can be.
Pierce tried pinching off the exit there in 3 and 4, but he just rolls over. He's going to give Vroman the spot because, I mean, it just doesn't look like he can defend that much against him. Vroman is just on overdrive tonight.
Vroman is on a different level right now. It's going to take an act of God for anybody but Vroman to win this race at this rate. I mean, Roger Pierce is fighting, though.
Oh, yeah, back down here to the bottom. Now Vroman's going to pinch him down coming off the corner.
Vroman retains the lead.
It's just so hard to get anything done.
3 wide further back here. Oh, contact. Oh, keep it straight. It's one of the Jacob Schneiders. Or, well, the Jacob Schneider for now, or for tonight.
Oh, he's going to dive it hard into turn 1. I didn't think that was going to stick. He sent that thing in there. Jacob Schneider.
Yeah, he really sent that thing deep, and I'm surprised it stuck.
Here comes Steve Buchanan on the inside of Togo Sada. Togo's going to get a really good run coming out turn 2, though. Pull him down the straightaway. Buchanan's going to stay here on the bottom to the quarter panel, and he's going to slide up, get tight behind him in the dirty air. Dive it back down here, though.
Up front, Sean Rogers is doing everything he can to get around the 20 of Joseph Squared. Oh, one really loose off of turn number 2 there, but Rogers has been trying. He's throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Joseph Squared, trying to get around him.
He might have to go pick up that kitchen sink and throw it at him.
That would be an assault charge.
Rogers right now is really hauling the mail compared to these 3 in front of him.
Yeah, he is.
Huh.
I feel like Rogers could be a dark horse.
I mean, Rogers has been really good, really consistent in the past few weeks. He's been in, he's been in the picture at the end of these things. The past handful of NISs. It would not surprise me at all if he could just find that extra 10% that he's looking for. He could really bring a fight to these Ryco machines in front of him here.
Yeah, because right now it's a Ryco Performance 1, 2, 3. You gotta go back to Sean Rogers, who I'm pretty sure is also running Ryco Performance, if I'm not mistaken. He's a part of the Beast Mode camp. I'm not sure what they're running nowadays, but I know they used to be a part of the Ryco camp.
Yeah, those Beast Mode cars have been really fast the past handful of weeks, too. Shane Davis has been putting in a lot of work in his Beast Mode Camry.
Ah, he is, okay.
Still under the Ryco banner. Cool.
Okay.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so we'll make it a Ryco Performance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here at Richmond. And what else can you say?
I bet you Ken is smiling ear to ear right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I was going to say, what else could you say about this Ryco Performance camp other than that they've been absolutely dominating this season? I feel like every race I've either tuned into, commentated, or filled in for, it's been a Ryco Performance car just dominating the field.
He's put in a lot of good work on the Cup program, that is for sure. And he's got some really good drivers behind the wheel of these things, too. Don't toss it all up to setup, because...
Oh, yeah, I wasn't saying that. I mean, he obviously puts a lot of work into these setups. I used to drive Ryco Performance, and I got to see firsthand how much work goes into these setups, the hours, the laps, the effort, blood, sweat, and tears that goes into this. It's crazy.
Look at this dive for 8th place right now. Tommy Gossett back up here in the top 10. He's going to get down to the inside of Dyson here in 1 and 2. Pull him down the straightaway.
The Aussie assassin of Andrew Dyson losing a spot there. Put him down into 9th place.
I tell you what, man, Tommy, you know, like he gets into these scrapes early in these things, but man, his recoveries here recently have been amazing. That thing was basically, I would have parked that thing 50 laps ago.
Somewhere Jacob Schneider just had a heart attack hearing you say that.
Yeah. Well, got to give the man his due. He messes up, I'm going to call it out. He does something good, I'm going to call it out.
That's fair. Got to give as good as you take.
Wait, what?
What? That made sense.
What's the 33 car doing right now?
What? What are you talking about?
I'm getting ADD.
You're confusing me.
I'm confused. It's okay. A battle right now. Cox down the bottom of the track on the inside of the 32 machine. Oh, and he's going to slide up the track.
So, 3 wide now. Tommy Gossett sent it to the inside 3 wide. Thought better of it, though. Back to the outside, Matt Cox on Justin Nanke.
Oh, and the 09 gets loose right in front of Gossett. Gossett's going to charge it down to the bottom here in turn 3. Let's see if he can get the spot.
Doesn't quite have it, though.
If he can stay on the quarter, not quite, but he's still set up to dive it down there. That 09's not going to come down, and I mean, surely you're not going to come down and block Tommy Gossett.
No. As someone who has tried to block Tommy Gossett, it does not end well.
It does not end well for either one of you. Here he comes. He's got the run coming into turn 3.
James Miller on that outside. He's digging.
It just comes down to getting the power down.
Oh, and he's going to take it to the outside of the 42 of Nanke as well. That's not something I was expecting out of the 09 of James Miller.
I think we've reached this point of the run where that outside line's starting to cook.
It is. That outside line's starting to get some rubber up there. And it's starting to get a lot better than that inside line is.
See,
I wonder if we're gonna
thinking about it.
I wonder if we're gonna get to the point where that outside line will become faster as a solo car. I doubt it in this race because we're already closing in on 70 to go. But I feel like if you put these guys out there for a 400 lap race, there could be a time where that outside line does become faster than that inside line.
Well, from what I saw there, Tommy went up there to the outside line to make the move on the 42 machine and didn't lose any time to the 09 who was running the bottom in front of him.
Oh,
no, Tommy's going to give him the bumper.
Bumpers already being used here at Richmond. 70 to go. Goss is going to show the nose to the inside. James Miller going to give it to him.
If I was Miller, I'd either roll out of it, get out of the way, or...
Oh, and he's going to do a hip check. No love lost between these two. Oh, man, and they're not giving each other any room here. But Gossett does get past James Miller there. Oh, and how aggressive does James Miller get to try and get back up to the 80 of Gossett? For the back, Justin Nanke looking to the inside of the Aussie assassin. That's for the 9th spot, but it looks like Dyson's going to keep it for now.
We got a battle shaping up for 5th place, too. Well, it was shaping up. Matt Cox just went around Miller Bonds on the outside like he was standing still. Oh, Miller's
and Matt Cox just... Yeah, Miller Bonds is a lap down.
That's a sight you don't see often.
No, it is not. And now we're starting to get into the point where does lap traffic affect your battle for the lead? Because Roger Pierce has closed back up to the rear end of the 95 of Roman.
Joseph Squared picked up about 4 or 5 car links in 1 and 2 there as soon as these guys caught that lap traffic.
And you see there, Roman gets past that lap car before the entry of the corner. Roger Pierce going to be hurt just a little bit on the entry. Next lap car these guys are going to have to deal with is Tanguy DeCock in that 31st spot. That'll be the next guy they have to lap. And he's going down to the turn number 1 now. These guys are passing start finish, so shouldn't be too much longer before these guys are having to deal with more lap traffic. And that's where it gets difficult for these guys, because once you get past these couple of lap cars, it gets thick. That traffic gets thick very quickly.
This also where you get really nervous too if you're one of the leaders, because we've all had that you know, quote, damn lap cars moment at some point on here. And
oh,
we
caution!
We don't have to worry about it.
Lap traffic will not play a part in this battle for the lead, and someone just played the errors window sound in the driver's chat.
Oh, it was Buchanan.
Steve Buchanan. The 26 goes around.
Right there behind Togo Hisada. These two have been fighting for a little bit.
Oh, and
Togo and
Hisada somehow saves it.
And the 16 clears him out. It's instant karma right there. Same day delivery.
All right, well, with that quick caution, we're going to go send it to another quick commercial break here. Stay right here. We'll probably take it to the end of this thing on the other side.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we welcome you back to Richmond Raceway. 59 laps to go here at Richmond. Green flag back out of the air, and Nicholas Vroman gets a huge bump from the 20 of Joseph Squared, but it's still a pretty even start here between Roger Pierce and Nicholas Vroman. This is the closest we've seen these two since the initial start. Coming off of turn number 2, Pierce still to the outside of the 95 of Vroman. Vroman's going to squeeze further back, blocks being thrown. Gossett blocked. I believe that may have been Matt Cox in the 32. Yes, it was. Coming off the corner, give that lap to Roger Pierce by 26 thousandths of a second. Going down into turn number 1, Pierce still leading this race. Vroman still trying to work on that inside, but that outside line is a lot faster. Caution on the racetrack, and Roger Pierce is your leader right now.
That is great news for Pierce, because staying up there on that outside line, I didn't see being super sustainable for him for too long, seeing how good Vroman is. Here's what happened with that yellow.
Looks like somebody just got in a little bit too hot. Yep. Boom.
Oh, yeah. There's that classic, a little too much brake in the back. I guess it can still happen.
I think that may have been Steven Weisner in the 34. 76, or excuse me, 78 on iRacing. And there's another car up on the wall up there as well.
When you come into turn 1 on that high up on the track onto that there's a little bit of an elevation change up there because the banking's not as smooth up at the top as it is on the bottom, and sometimes it'll upset the car when you got a little too much brake in it in the rear, and it will send you around quicker than anything you can imagine. You really have to brace for that before you come in there.
Yeah, and now that we're starting to get closer, we're starting to get really close to that sunset. Closing in on about 45 minutes from sunset. So this track is going to cool off quickly, and that air temp's already dropped down to 80 degrees. I believe it started about 84, if I'm not mistaken, and that track is dropping quickly as well. Two degrees cooler than the start.
We're getting pretty late into the stages of this race, too, right now. If you're Roger Pierce, you're playing.
That move is huge.
I would be playing every game that I possibly can coming into that Geico restart zone on these restarts.
That was a huge move for the lead. We know how hard it is to pass, and I mean, Vroman's going to be on the outside here, but how long will that outside last on these newer tires? Because from what we've seen tonight, that outside line's good for about 5 laps, then it goes down back to the bottom for about another 30 to 40, and then the outside line starts to come in again. So how aggressive is Vroman on this restart?
Getting late in this thing, man. We know Vroman's out here trophy hunting.
He is, and Roger Pierce is out here to make a name for himself.
I mean, this is going to be a really, really hard toss-up because Pierce has been so great this week. And, I mean, Vroman is Vroman, man. But also, you cannot sleep on Joseph Squared back there in 3rd place.
Yeah, Joseph Squared still has a shot. I mean, there's a couple of guys behind these guys that also have some pretty decent shots. James Miller, he's up in 4th. Tommy Goss in 5th. I feel like if things go his way, I mean, you take a look at like Matt Cox, Andrew Dyson, Justin Nanke, any of these guys, from about 5th on back, if things hit the fan here late, who's to say that they don't become beneficiaries of this?
And and I can't harp on it enough, man. What a turnaround for Tommy on this race.
Oh yeah, I mean, wasn't he sideways at one point? I mean, granted, there's been like 15 cars.
He was missing the whole front clip at one point early in this thing, and here he is up in 5th place, fighting strong, crawled his way through this field on that green flag run we had a little bit ago. No luck with wrecks or anything there, just got up on the wheel and got himself there.
And this race could go a whole different way we're within, or we're coming up to 50 to go. I think people are now starting to realize, hey, we were nice and calm earlier. Yeah, that's out the window. So how is I don't think we have any idea on how the last 50 laps of this race is going to go.
Well, there's two paths that we could take here. Caution, 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 or just straight up good, clean, hard racing, and one heck of a dogfight.
We're getting ready to find out here. Geico restart zone. Green flag back out in the air. Roger Pierce clears Nicholas Vroman. Crucially, that's going to allow Joseph Squared to the inside of the 95 of Vroman. How aggressive is Vroman defending the second spot here as the 20 of Squared, Joseph Squared, does get passed by the 95 of Vroman. Now, for that fourth spot, James Miller to the outside of Joseph Squared, but Vroman seems to be falling off just a little bit, maybe saving some tires early on in this run, expecting a little bit of a green flag run here.
Well, if there's one thing I know about Vroman is exactly what he's doing right now, trying to save those tires up so he can have something to make a stab at Roger Pierce in the late stages of this event.
Got a hornet's nest further back.
Nope, somebody made contact down the back. You can hear it, the driver chatter.
I believe it may have been Matt Cox and Andrew Dyson. Also hearing maybe Justin Nanke.
Dyson's still running really good. 6th place right now. He's ran a terrific
Vroman
race.
to the inside for the lead. Up front, Nicholas Vroman showed the nose, but Roger Pierce still making that outside line work.
Pierce
now he's going to be
hardest.
He's going to block the move.
Pierce is going to be the hardest pass that Vroman has ever had to make in his life. Pierce is hungry, man. He's, been second, third, fourth, whatever. He's been pretty much finishing every position this year. It's time for him to get out here and get a dub.
Can he do it? 47 to go. It's going to be tough with the likes of Nicholas Vroman, Joseph Squared, James Miller, Tommy Gossett in right behind you.
You got a lot of good, strong, fast cars up here in this top 5. Really the top 10. Here comes Vroman back down to the inside of Pierce. Pierce going to run that outside line. Coming out 2. He's going to get the power down, it looks like, though, and pull Vroman down the straightaway. But not much. Vroman's still on the border.
Pierce throws the block. Cuts off the nose. Down to the turn number 3. Pierce is, you're right. Pierce is hungry for this. He wants this. He needs this. Vroman once again to the inside, down to the turn number 1. Roger Pierce going to keep it on that inside line off the corner. Pierce looks to be dragging him just a little bit. Vroman's going to send the side draft down to the turn number 3. Vroman still even with the 27 of Pierce. Pierce still making that outside line work off the corner. Pierce leads that lap. Caution on the racetrack.
Oh, man, saved by the bell.
Cannot get any better than that, boys. Rob Peterson once again. Sideways. Oh, man. Got in a good death wobble off of 2. Oh, he got a little bit of help there. Oh!
That 16 machine's been in a few tonight. And they are arguing about that one.
All right, and we get a chance to take a breather here. Because that was getting good.
16, Gooden's trying to say that he didn't come up the track, but
Ew.
he kind of did.
Outlook looks different. Oh, Vroman comes down pit road. Drags Tommy Gossett down with him. Matt Cox down pit road as well. Jacob Schneider.
I think he slid up.
Just a little bit. All right, so we're going to have differences in strategies here. Differences in strategy starting to show their heads here. Roger Pierce, Joseph Squared stay out. Tommy Gossett, Nicholas Vroman come in. I kind of wish Vroman didn't come in there. I really do.
Yeah, because it's going to be overkill now. Pierce has pretty much made his bet. He's going to lay in this now.
Yeah. And if he gets another quick caution, that's going to put him right back there with Roman. And who's to say that he's going to be able to get through the field as quickly as Roman does? Because we've seen how quickly Roman can get through the field. We've already seen him do it once tonight.
Well, I mean, here's the good news, though. Those guys are mired pretty far back in traffic right now. And I don't think that many of these other guys are going to try and come in a pit. Not at this point. It is too late in this race. The way that we keep getting the cautions. You know, if we were getting long green runs, yeah, you'd come in, throw on 4, and hope you're good to go. But, you know, at short tracks like, you know, here, Bristol, Martinsville, you stay out as long as you can.
Yeah, Roman down in 17th spot. Tommy Gossett in 22nd. Matt Cox 23rd. Jacob Schneider 24th. Those are your main 4 guys that came down pit road.
So the way this shapes up now, you got 2 of the hungriest guys that drive for Ken over here in Ryco line up on the front row here. Joseph Squared, Roger Pierce, both really talented guys. Lots of, you know, top 5 finishes this year, but not many check marks in that win column.
I mean, heck, you look at those 2, you got 2 more that are probably even hungrier right behind them. James Miller, Andrew Dyson.
Yeah, look at Dyson, man. What a good run.
Part of the Dirty South Racing camp.
And Shutt up here in 6th place. 36 car, one of the last cars in the field up here in that top 10. Been fighting up here all night.
Drew Blaze in the 23, he's up in 5th spot. He started 34th tonight. Luis Becerra. Luis Becerra, he started 31st, up in 8th. Anthony Neff, he started 37th. He's up in 9th.
Togo Hazada just still sitting there, you know, right at the edge of the top 10. 10th place right now. Another
and
great
like I said, if things go haywire, there's a chance a lot of these guys that are on the lower end of the top 10 between 5th and 10th, there's a good chance that they could have a chance at this race. But it's all going to come down to what's going to happen here in the final 40 laps here at Richmond. Roger Pierce, one of the fastest cars all night. Joseph Squared, the man who's been sitting in 3rd for the better part of the night. Both of these guys hungry for Ryco performance. Who can get it done out of those 2, or heck, who behind them can get it done here? As we got ourselves a 40-lap sprint to the finish here. Pace car off the track here. Coming into the Geico restart zone. Green flag back out in the air. And Roger Pierce, he does clear the 20 of Joseph Squared going down into turn number 1. Andrew Dyson and James Miller side by side for 3rd.
The bumper, he shows him the horn. Tries to move him out of the way, coming out turn 2. Joseph Squared all over the rear bumper of Pierce, so they come into 3.
And Andrew Dyson making that outside line work. On this restart, he does have the 3rd spot for now. They're spinning off of turn number 4. Anthony Neff, and I believe, I didn't catch who else was involved in that. May have been Luis Becerra. Yeah, it was. Luis Becerra and Anthony Neff. Ah, man, going for the same piece of real estate there.
Neff just slotted up, and Becerra just came down a little bit. It's one of them deals where 2 guys are going for the same piece of real estate, and they both walked away empty-handed.
Neff came out on the much better end of that, though.
Oh,
I think we can both agree.
Significantly better. Board Becerra here. Comes down a little bit. Neff is down there. And it's one of those deals, you come out of the corner, you know, you don't... Sometimes you just don't notice where your wheel is placed. You think you're going straight, but you're not. And round she goes.
Oh, we got another breather here.
That's good, because I think we were both about to implode there if we had to keep talking.
Hey, that's fair.
It's getting dicey.
I mean, to be fair, with how crazy the racing has been tonight, I mean, I feel like we're going to need it coming to the end of this thing.
As long as it doesn't entail 3 green-white checkers, I'm perfectly okay with what happens.
Do you know where we are?
Hey, don't hit me with the Weber questions, all right?
Richmond is the
Bristol.
Richmond is the creator of the green-white-checkered.
I'm pretty sure that was Dega, to be real with you.
I was trying to sound cool.
Bunch of race fans that wore red shirts got really upset because Jeff Gordon want to race there or something. That just stirred up a hornet's nest.
That was Sheldon Adkins. That was not me. Sheldon Adkins is the one who said that.
Hey, it's okay. I like both of them. I got both their diecast sitting in front of me right now. Got the Born on Date car sitting next to the Pepsi Billion car.
And I got the 17 Chris Buescher diecast that I've been crying over for the better part of the last 3 seasons.
It's okay. It'll happen. He'll get another win. Buescher's too dang good.
He is. He's just gotten.
I'm gonna make a lot of people upset when I say that as far as Busch Series, Xfinity Series guys from that time frame, I think he's better than Chase.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna stir up a hornet's nest. I kind of
the
agree with
equipment.
it.
I
gotta agree with it. I gotta agree with you there. But that is definitely gonna stir up a hornet's nest.
Mm-hmm.
Should I take that clip and post it on Twitter and see how many angry Chase Elliott fans I get?
I'm gonna get all kinds of wonderful stuff in the mail the next couple weeks, I'm sure.
But no, seriously, should I take that clip and put it on X/Twitter? And
you know what? If that's what it takes to get GridVision to go viral, yeah, do it. Send it.
All right, bet. I'll go clip it right now. Actually, hold up.
There we go.
Oh, I gotta wait until after we're done. Gotta wait until after we're done.
Yeah, we got a restart coming here, dude. We got at least 30 laps left. At least. That's the thing, too, though. With each caution that we get here, the intensity for these guys, middle of the pack, it's going to ramp up like crazy.
I mean, just in general, this race is about to ramp up in the best way.
I'm excited to see how it plays out. It's been good so far, aside from the early chaos.
Yeah, this has actually been a pretty interesting Richmond race for Richmond standards. But we got another chance at a restart here. Roger Pierce, Joseph Squared, green flag back out in the air. Pretty even start between these two, but Roger Pierce does get clear of Joseph Squared down towards turn number 1. Andrew Dyson in that 3rd spot. He's going to be playing the opposite. They're 4 wide further back in the field, now down to 3 wide. Steve Buchanan, Nicholas Roman, and a couple other guys still working their way through the field here.
Roman charging hard on the outside.
Nicholas Roman around in turn number 4. Your race favorite gets turned late on in this one.
Oh, lucky that he hit it square, but unlucky in the fact that he got turned around. Oh my gosh. I don't think any of us saw that coming. He's going to dive it hard into turn 3 here. 30 is going to slide up into the back of Togo Asada and just get right up into the left rear quarter panel of Vorman and send him. Saw this tire smoking before he even got into the center of the corner.
That just took out one of your race favorites. I don't want to say took him out, but it's going to make it a lot harder. And yeah, Roman's going to bring it down pit road, get some fresh tires on that thing.
Oh, that happened right in front of Tommy Gossett, and Tommy Gossett got through that clean.
No, I think we just got ourselves a pretty good idea of what to expect in the final 30 laps.
Yeah. It's about to get crazy.
Crazy with a capital C and an R and an A.
Crazy?
And a Z.
That was crazy once.
And a Y. Shut up.
Tell you what, though. I think Pierce and Joseph Squared both just breathed the biggest sigh of relief they breathed all night.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, officially they have to say, oh, man, sucks for you, Nicholas, but in their minds, they're definitely like, oh, ho, 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 ho.
As soon as they let off that push to talk button, though, oh, thank God.
Yep. Roger Pierce in the YouTube chat.
Like, I've been there. I've done that a million times. Oh, what's that, Levine? You just got wrecked, and I'm still leading? Aw. Back in the old One Sim days.
Oh, officially he laughed. Oh, man, Roger Pierce. Gotta love him.
Yeah. We need to find a way to get in-race reporters. Just interview Roger Pierce right now. That'd be cool.
I feel like if we had in-race
imagine how
reporters,
that
that
would
would go horribly very often.
Oh, I know. I feel like we'd key it up. Hey, Roger, man, how do you feel about being Justice Squared right now?
Shut the
Oh,
f... Or something like
he
that.
sucks. He sucks, and I'm gonna wreck him. All right, go get him.
I feel like we would hear a lot more explicatives in that.
No, man. These guys on Ryco have a blast. It seems like.
Well, we should be getting this restart with 25 to go here at Richmond. And we're officially under the lights as the lights kicked on here within the last, I would say, probably 15 laps. I just noticed it. But officially under the lights in prime time. The nighttime is the right time. How many more Mike Joy isms can I fit in into this little stretch?
Oh, you haven't said anything about anybody getting squeezed like a hot dog through a bun.
That's one that I will not say.
That was a common one that he had at Daytona and Talladega, and I'm so glad he dropped it.
Yeah.
Really made the late 90s interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you were the only one alive during there. I feel like Darby may have been, but
Darby's older than me. Of course he was alive. I think.
Yeah, whatever. We're coming back to a restart here. Roger Pierce. Green flag back out in the air here at Richmond Raceway. And oh man, that's one of the bigger jumps we've seen all night here at Richmond. And 3 wide already. Here comes Tommy Gossett.
Oh, and he gets a shot from behind from the 36.
Everyone clean and green still. Andrew Dyson to the inside now of both of Joseph Squared and James Miller. Andrew Dyson up into that second spot. He has a chance in this race.
Dyson charging hard on the bottom, and Joseph Squared still going to hold it tight.
Squared's loose. He's sideways in front of the field. Joseph Squared spins it. Tommy Gossett's around as well. Caution on the racetrack again. What is going on? Now I gotta know what Roger Pierce's reaction to that was.
He laughed.
Definitely laughed. He probably laughed harder than what happened to Vroman.
Oh, man. Joseph just...
Oh, they were 4 wide off the corner there.
Acted in there a little too deep. Roger Pierce says, ha ha ha. So.
Good old Roger Pierce. Can't wait to interview this man.
Oh, yeah. Don't say anything, man.
Yeah. Or let me rephrase that. Fingers crossed, knock on wood.
Tommy's great recovery. Just like a Gateway, man. Pit stop late in the thing and wasn't the right call.
Yeah.
It's like a dice roll, man, when you pit here at the short tracks late. It's either going to go really good for you or it's going to be the worst decision you've made in your life.
Most of the time when I'm racing, it ends up being the worst decision I've ever made.
Oh, you made the decision to come here and broadcast with me.
Regretting that decision every day. I'm kidding. Kinda.
Yeah, man. I hope you are. You just made my kid cry.
I don't know why I'm laughing at that. That's kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
Can you reel in the YouTube chat? Can we go a single lap? Can you reel in the YouTube chat? Can we go a single lap here or no? We had a 57 lap run earlier, I think, somewhere around there.
Like it was pretty good. We were getting to the point where we were about to go green flag stops.
Well, Kenny, welcome to iRacing short tracks. I mean, it's a coin flip. Are you going to get a long run or are you going to have a caution fest? We've had kind of both here. We've had long runs, we've had stretches with a lot of cautions, and right now we're just in a stretch with a good amount of cautions. But I mean, can you blame these guys coming up to the end of this race? We're in top split, baby. You want to make as many positions as you can.
This, honestly, out of all the short track races that I've seen on here, it's been pretty solid.
Oh yeah, this has definitely
Got
been
good
one of the
stuff.
better short track races. I was expecting a crapshoot, but I mean, it's been a pretty good race to this point. We still got what, just over 20 laps to go in this thing?
I think it'll be pretty good.
Oh yeah.
A lot of chaos up here at the front, though, man. This top 5 is really shaking out in a direction that I did not see coming. Was not expecting to see Joseph Squared slide out like that.
I mean, out of the majority of the races that you've seen to this point in the season, at what point did you have Roger Pierce, Andrew Dyson, Justin Nankey, Sean Rogers, and James Miller in your top 5 in an NIS race?
Well, I'll be real with you. Until today, I didn't even know Andrew Dyson existed.
That's fair. I mean,
So, incredible performance out of him in that 18 machine. And man, I mean,
that is fair.
Sean Rogers back there in 4th. I mean, I talked about him a few times about he's looking great tonight, just as he does every week here recently.
I mean, you take a look at the person in 3rd spot, Justin Nankey. I mean, he's been in the better part of the top 5 a good chunk of this race. He's been in the top 10 pretty much all night.
Can we zoom in on that thing though? Look at the stickers on the side of it. Give us a little zoomy zoom.
Obviously.
On Nankey. I'm not too surprised when I see that sticker out there in the open like that.
What am I looking at? Anyway.
It's all them big old Ryco stickers on it.
That's fair. Well, we're coming to 20 to go here at Richmond Raceway. Roger Pierce and Andrew Dyson, the Aussie assassin. Coming to 20 to go. Green flag back out in the air here at Richmond Raceway. Roger Pierce gets another good jump over the field, but here comes Andrew Dyson to the outside of Justin Nankey.
Dyson caught sleep on that restart. Really hard to start on the outside on the front row without, getting black flagged or making mistakes. Kind of nerve-wracking, too. He's going to charge hard on the outside, though, trying to get the slot away back from Nankey. Looks like he's going to do it here into 3, but not quite. Washes up just a little bit, and Nankey's back on the bottom.
Here comes Andrew Dyson, though. He does get clear of Nankey for the 2nd spot. Nankey, though, sends it back to the inside. He's a little bit loose on the inside. He's going to slide up into that middle line. Here comes the rest of the field. Here comes James D. Miller to the inside. Sean Rogers now looking to get past him. Caution on the racetrack, and we slow it down once again. Tommy Gossett.
Tommy. Oh, man. 3 wide, 4 wide, right in the middle of a Ryco sandwich. Around he goes. Jason Maines is really upset right now.
Jason Maines not a happy camper.
Yeah. Joseph Squared slides up in there. Tommy takes a late charge in and just wasn't the right move, obviously. Three wide works at Richmond sometimes. 2 wide for the most part. 4 and 5 wide? Not really.
4 or 5 wide barely works at Talladega, let alone Richmond Raceway.
Maines is.
Oh, man.
Tempers are boiling over here.
Oh, yeah. Tempers flare, and any adjective you can think of to describe how the tempers are exploding, use it, because use it if you got it, because these boys are fighting to the death here.
That I wouldn't have taken that hill.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here listening to these tempers flare. This is kind of entertaining to me. I am not repeating a lot of what they're saying.
Jason Maines is telling Joseph squared that he is going to be running him exactly how he's ran him, and he is really, really flustered at the fact that they were 5 wide going into turn 1 there, causing that incident. And,
I don't blame Jason Maines there.
And Joseph's trying to chirp back a little bit, but old man Maines is definitely not taking it, and I don't blame him, man.
Like I said, I don't blame Jason Maines at all.
Like, you know,
I would not be happy either.
I don't want to get into the politics because I know there's a lot of things at play on both ends of this deal.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not getting into it either. I mean, I'm just here to commentate races and have fun doing it. But
Jason did make a good remark when he said that you've messed up when you've made me mad.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
I've never even seen Jason key his mic to fuss at anybody.
Yeah. I mean, you even got Alan Pajari in on it too, and that man is probably the most calm guy on iRacing. I've never heard Alan Pajari get mad, and he's a little bit frustrated as well.
Yeah, so
I agree with Roger Pierce in the YouTube chat. Get the popcorn out. Roger, you're leading. No eating popcorn while you're leading.
Also, back at it right before that incident, and Ninky commented on it in our chat. Dude, honestly, I don't know how you saved that thing either. That was impressive. I thought you were going to kill him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Good save, dude. Good save.
Uh-oh. Ken Byron connected to the session.
Oh, boy. There's going to be a conversation to be had after this one by somebody with old Ken, and I'm happy I'm not a part of it.
Yep, I'd like to be a fly on the wall and see meeting room after this one.
Yep. Because memory serves correct, Jason is Garrett's dad, ain't he? Looking at all the MCU body stickers, I'm pretty sure. Yep.
That would be my guess here, but we're coming up on 10 to go here at Richmond. Roger Pierce, Andrew Dyson once again on the front row. Green flag back onto the air here at Richmond Raceway. And it looks like a pretty even start for the majority of the field here. Going to be seeing some aggressive moves down to the inside. Sean Rogers thought about the bumper. Here comes Justin Nenke to the outside of Sean Rogers. To his inside, he's got the one car of Drew Blaze getting up into the top 5 here. But it is a 1-2-3 breakaway for now. Make it 1-2-3-4 single file coming to 11 to go here at Richmond.
Dyson just got shoved so hard going into turn 1 on that last lap. He almost went from Richmond to Langley in about a blink of an eye. Just everybody single filing out, though. Dyson charging, trying to get back up to the rear end of Pierce, and they're 3 wide behind him.
Here comes Anthony Neff to the inside of Drew Blaze and Jacob Schneider. He thought about 3 wide down into turn number 3. Oh, Jacob Schneider's going to get turned off the nose and in front of the field. No caution, but here comes another couple of guys. Caution on the racetrack. Re-rack them, restack them. Let's do it again.
That was, 5 hit a ton.
Yeah.
Looked like Roman got in on this one. 5 gets loose coming out of 4. No, the 35 gets into the door of the 5. 5 got loose.
Vroman missed it, but the 30,
right there.
The 30 hit the hardest. Got another look at this replay. Vroman did get a piece of it, but it looks like he escaped with only a minor scratch.
I'll tell you, the 30 has hit everything but the Virginia lottery out here tonight. He's just been caught up in everybody else's mess, and it's rough to see because he hasn't really done anything too crazy aside from that incident with Roman. But man, he's been caught up in it all.
That's a new one. I never heard that one before. Hit everything but the Virginia lottery. That's a good one.
Hey man, keeping it local. I'm about 45 minutes away from this joint. Will I be there Sunday? Heck no.
Oh, we're at the what Austin said what Darby said the caution counter was going to be. We're at 15. If we get one more, he fails. I need 2 more to hit mine. There's a chance, boys. There's a chance.
I'm just hoping we get through the rest of this thing clean and green. Because I think Dyson might have something in the tank for Pierce. if he could just get a good restart. He keeps getting, you know, messed up. He's not getting as good a launch because it's really hard to determine on the outside, especially when you don't have the experience with being up there.
I mean, you also got the likes of Nicholas Vroman working his way back up into the top 10. He's in 7th. If cautions keep falling his way, he could be back up into this race in the blink of an eye.
I bet you Pierce's laughter has turned into a chuckle at this point.
Yeah, he's starting to sweat just a little bit there in that 27.
Well, drivers in the driver chat are finding out that we're broadcasting.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah. They're all
Hi,
asking.
drivers.
Yeah, hi. It is GridVision. One of y'all say it.
Yeah.
There we go. We're about to have some more followers here in a second. Let's go. Love it.
Hey, Justin Nenke said it. Let's go.
Justin, you're a gem.
Yep. Thank you, Justin Nenke, for that. Rob Peterson.
We did.
That's great. Rob Peterson goes, he goes, man, I bet they're roasting the hell out of me. And yeah, not intentionally, but yes. Oh, man. Gotta love iRacing chats when you get late on in these NIS races. They get fun.
I got in a race at Martinsville in the 87s a couple years back where we didn't go green more than 2 laps, and it was Junior was in there, and I was running second to him, and the entire race everybody was just asking Junior questions about iRacing.
Jeez.
But
that cool. Got tiring after a while.
No, he seemed to have fun. But, I mean, that's Junior, man. He could talk to anybody all day, every day.
All right, well, hold that thought here. We're coming to another restart here. Roger Pierce, Andrew Dyson coming to the Geico restart zone. Green flag back out in the air here at Richmond Raceway. And Andrew Dyson gets a shocker of a start here at Richmond. To the inside now, Sean Rogers sees a 3 wide. They're going to turn. Caution number 16 going to come out. Oh, and man, and a huge wreck here at Richmond.
That took out Ken's
a lot
entire
of good cars.
Fleet. Oh, my Lord.
I just heard someone do the Homer Simpson dolt.
Yeah, that's been happening at every caution, just about. Oh, my goodness.
That was a huge wreck. Andrew Dyson and Sean Rogers.
Dyson just struggling with them restarts on the outside. Tries to come back in. Rogers is there, and just, one mistake after a great night of racing for him, and it's over.
Joseph Squared had a hard hit there. And I believe that toe may be bent out for the 80 of Tommy Gossett.
Tommy is definitely punching air right now.
And we're at caution number 16 on the night. Going to be officially a green-white-checker scenario here.
I need to not talk about the... Oh, man. There goes Maines around again.
Oh.
He will be happy to be away from Richmond.
Now, for those of you watching that may not know what a green-white-checkered is, obviously we're going to be going... When we go back to a restart, they're going to go green, immediately come around to take the white flag, and if they do come around to take that white flag, this race will finish under green flag conditions, but if they get a caution before they come around to take the white flag, they'll re-rack them, restack them, and do it again until they get it right. Within 3 attempts.
Somebody tell Pierce to turn off his relative, because look who's in 4th.
Oh, boy. Pierce is just hoping and praying that he can make it to the white flag on this next restart.
His best bet right now is to play games with Miller up here on the restart. Hope that Miller gets caught sleeping. Slow that entire outside row up and run away on the bottom.
Oh, and Vroman's showing him that he's up here.
No, he's reminding him, hey, I'm here, buddy. Hey, no.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Justin Nenke goes, give him wheel damage.
Oh man.
That's funny.
I want to say one thing: the driver chatter has been amazing tonight.
You know, when I
Doesn't mean
first
that-
started doing the commentary stuff, I turned off driver chatter because I thought it distracted me. Now I keep it on because it's funny to hear what these guys are saying.
I like it for the heads up to what's going on, who's frustrated with who, and gives you a little extra little storyline, a little bit of spice to add to the broadcast.
Yeah. And Roger Pierce is muting Nicholas Roman, who's telling all of his secrets.
Oh man, I wish we could have a radioactive.
Oh man, we need a radioactive.
We do, but God, that'd be so much work and so much censorship.
A lot of censorship.
Sean Conklin's in our chat tonight.
No, Sean, we haven't had that much beef here tonight. Maybe Tommy Gossett and the outside wall, but that's about it.
Not have to go that hard.
Oh man, I'm sorry, I had to. Oh man, we love to have fun here on GridVision.
I try not to roast the drivers that much.
Oh man, coming to restart here. Oh man, Roger Pierce into the Ryco restart zone. Green flag back out in the air for a green-white checkered here. Will they make it to the white flag? He's got a pretty darn good jump here. And Nicholas Vroman 3 wide now. Drew Blaze gonna make a little bit of contact down low. Do they make it to the white flag?
And now Pierce is just praying that they do. Coming into turn 3, he's got a good advantage over Naki in second. Here he comes out of 4. White flag here.
This race is official. White flag in the air for Roger Pierce. Justin Naki, he's trying everything he can. He's close to the 27 of Roger Pierce. Coming up off of turn number 2. Does Naki use the bumper getting down into turn number 3? Down into the corner. Does not look like Naki's close enough. Coming up off of turn number 4. Roger Pierce gets it done at Richmond.
All right, man. Well deserved. Absolutely. Fought it tooth and nail every second of this race and clawed just to keep that lead and get it back and hold on to it. Great run for Pierce.
Roger Pierce takes it home. Justin Naki in second. James Miller in the 32 car finishes third. Started 22nd on the night. Comes home to finish third. And in this Ryco performance winning moment, Tommy Gossett burns it down for I believe his first win of the season here, or of the NiS season for Roger Pierce.
I was about to say, who's burning it down for us?
Roger Pierce?
Yeah, you said Tommy Gossett there for a second. I was like, what?
Did I?
Yeah.
I did.
Where are we?
And we welcome you back here to Richmond Raceway. Final race results here. Roger Pierce dominates here, leads 140 laps and takes home a dominating win. Justin Nankey in that second spot. James Miller in third. Nicholas Vroman comes home in fourth after leading 57 early on. Sean Rogers in fifth. Drew Blaze in sixth. Matt Cox in seventh. John Payson in eighth. Steve Buchanan ninth. And Joshua Gathright rounds out your top 10.
And in 11th place, you got Jeff Shutt, followed by Alan Pajari with Maggie McGuire in 13th. 14th place is going to be Michael Meredith. Miller Bonds is going to be 15th. 16th, Joseph Squared. 17th, Jacob Klein. 18th is going to be Rob Peterson. And 19th is going to be Jacob Schneider, not the real one. And round out your top 20 is going to be Ronnie Kurtz.
In 21st position here tonight, that is going to belong to Andrew Dyson. Tanguy DeCock in 22nd. Jason Willott in 23rd. 24th going to be Anthony Neff. Nathaniel Harris is going to be last car finishing on the lead lap in 25th. Steve Richard in 26th. Tommy Gossick comes home in 27th with Mikkel Battison in 28th. Jason Maines in 29th. And Togo Hisada rounds out your top 30.
And in 31st place, we're going to have Luis C. Becerra, followed by Josh Harbin in 32nd. 33rd is going to be Jose Acosta with Michael Gooden in 34th. 35th is going to be Stephen Weisner with 36th being Keegan Sabilo. And round out your field is going to be Matthew Martell in 37th.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and send it straight into our post-race interviews. For the moment, only have your race winner in Roger Pierce, who we get to speak with now. Roger, you survived and you dominated. Not much else you could say about that race there at Richmond. How are you feeling after that one?
Glad it's over. I mean, yeah, the race was fine. All the cautions was definitely not planned, but, you know, I just had fun out there tonight. That's kind of what changed it for me, even though it was long. It was fun.
All right, and a two-part question here. Well, you got close there at the end with you and Nicholas Vroman. I mean, how much were you sweating there at the end?
A lot. You know, I get a lot of shit from Nick because I just move out of the way and bow out, right? He told me to start racing him more. So that's what I've been doing. And it honestly has been paying off because it's made me a lot better defensive driver and aggressive driver. So I knew he was coming. I didn't know how fast he was coming up, but I knew he was there.
And, well, I believe all that fighting with Nicholas Vroman got you your first, I want to say, broadcasted NIS win this season. So who do you got to thank for that?
Oh, Ryco Performance, man. All the guys over there, everyone on the team, put in a lot of work with this setup like they do each and every week. This is not my best track at all. It's something I've had to work a lot towards to get better at, and those guys have helped me tremendously.
Well, anyone else you got to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, you guys, great broadcast. It's always enjoyable to watch. I love that you guys don't let your humor go. You actually just say what you want to say. It's the best part about it. So appreciate you guys, appreciate everybody watching, and let's go to Michigan.
Well, on to Michigan is right. Congratulations on the win tonight, Roger. Hopefully you get yourself another one next week at Michigan.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, y'all.
That was Roger Pierce, your race winner, and it does not look like we have any more race interviews for you guys here tonight, so that's going to do it for us here from GridVision. Before we get going, we're going to take a look at our race schedule for next week. If you want to keep watching at least Sheldon here on the Ryco Performance Top Split coverage, you get to catch him alongside Austin Edstrom Monday night at Michigan for Ryco Performance Monday night NIS Top Split. Then you get to catch Champion Power Equipment iRacing Truck Series action from Watkins Glen Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Thursday night, the start of the playoffs for the High Slide Racing League Truck Series from Pocono Raceway, 8:20 Eastern for that. And then back at Michigan Friday night for Ryco Performance Friday night NIS Top Split at 9 o'clock Eastern. But that is all we have for next week's schedule. And before we get going here tonight, Sheldon, any final thoughts from you?
Man, just congratulations, Roger Pierce, for just being strong and holding on to that thing, because I know how easy it is to have one of them slip away from here at Richmond. And honestly, I thought this race was going to be an absolute stinker. I know you probably did too, Nick. And Richmond surprised us both on this one tonight.
Yeah, definitely did. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to cut you off there. But yeah, definitely did surprise us. Pretty interesting race here from Richmond Raceway. But that's going to do it for us here on GridVision. If you want to get your league broadcasted. We got Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays open if you want to get your league broadcasted, or if you want to start your career in broadcasting, come do what we do on a nightly basis, see how hard it actually is. Contact us on Facebook, X, or email us at info@gridvision.live. Special thanks to Andrew Cardinal IV of Whiplash SimCams for providing all the beautiful cameras you see on tonight's broadcast and every broadcast on the GridVision channel. Congratulations to Roger Pierce for dominating here at Richmond Raceway for the Friday night NiS Top Split presented by Ryco Performance. But that is going to do it for us here tonight. We'll catch you next time on the grid.